It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody had a great and amazing weekend. Hey, this is the Sports Chasers Podcast. I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. Good to see everybody here today. It's the fourth and short segment, NFL Week 13. Going from left to right of my screen. Dan, what's good, man? What's happening, man?
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good morning. What's up, Dan?
Morning. Good morning, Dan. Good morning. D-Dub, what's good, brother? How are you?
What's good? December 5th. Yo, let's get it, man. NFL Week 13.
Week 13. The angry one, he's with us. What's good, brother? How are you?
What's going on, fellas? What's good? Fourth and short, Week 13 in review. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy. And Mike Mills got his
Angry
Baltimore
Birds.
Ravens. Yeah, Angry Birds.
Angry Birds.
The Angry Bird.
I don't want to get us banned, so I can't tell what I call them. But yeah.
Oh man. Good excuse me, good weekend of football. Hey man, we're just gonna start it off, man. We're gonna go right into it. Hey, the Giants and the Commanders play to a 2020
Where's
tie.
the Giants this week? Nobody got it on this?
Yeah. Where's the Giants?
Okay, appreciate you, D-Dub. Appreciate you. Although this host and moderator is some false
what's he got
fan.
in
You
that
over
cup?
here effing over here, man.
He's got his tears in that cup.
F and F.
F. Boy, we would the name of episode after this.
Oh,
Got it on that one. No, I don't have anything on that. You're right. But anyway, you lost my you got involved, lost my train. The Giants and the Commanders played to a 2020 tie. I don't know what to say. The last time the Giants played to a tie, I think, was like 25 years ago against the Redskins Commanders team. And the Giants, I think, on the overtime, I was really pissed off about the fact their play calling. To me, I don't know who's calling the plays, but those 3 deep passes, like it was wishing and praying for a
Pass interference.
pass interference. And I was like, what are we doing, man? Why are we not running the ball? Who does that?
Works.
Yeah, sometimes it works, and they didn't get it. D-Dub, go ahead, man.
Hey, man. It's how do you feel after that time, man? You should see the coaches both walk off onto the field, and they just look like,
what is this?
what? Yeah, how are you supposed to feel over a tie? 13 points scored by the Washington Commanders in the first half. Giants scored 13 points in the second quarter, and they both scored 7 points apiece second half. So pretty decent game. The Giants had an opportunity to win and came on the leg of Graham Gano and just came up short, man. Me and E was on the line watching the game. As soon as you knew it was dead. As soon as he had it straight.
Yeah,
as soon as he hit his foot, you could just hear, certain kicks, you hear it, and you can hear the sound. I don't know if y'all pay attention, but you could hear the sound. And that one, when it left his foot, it didn't sound right. It was a 57.
Yeah,
57 yard attempt, and he missed. Now, several years ago, he hit the same, I believe, something similar, and he made it. But he was with the Carolina Panthers at the time.
Yeah, it was 63. Go ahead.
Yeah, gracious, 63
years ago, man.
Years ago. But what I could say, yeah. But Danny Dimes, 25, and he had a touchdown, 25-31, 200 yards. Heineke played well, threw a lot. 27-41, 275 yards, 2 TDs. What can you say, man? They'll play again in 2 weeks, and
2 weeks.
and maybe we'll get a better result.
Continues.
We'll see.
Dan, since you was making jokes about my team, go ahead. You got it.
Nah, I caught the end of it.
Okay.
I was watching my Steelers finally win 2 games in a row. But yeah, like the end of the game, I'm like, dude, like Daniel Jones was your leading rusher, but
I don't understand.
Like even the series before they kicked the field goal, like the plays they were calling us, it's like, man, just get the few yards, give them a chance, make it somewhat close. I mean, yeah, that was a few years ago, but that's only 6 yards difference, and you came up that short. But
Right.
Yeah, I think it was 97. They tied 7-7.
Yeah,
so
97
you got 2 weeks
nice.
again, and you could do it again and waste 3 hours of everybody's time.
Damn.
To have
waste
no
the
winner.
time.
Well, you looked at the coaches; they both looked at each other like, "What the hell we just do for 3 hours?"
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was just kind of like, "Really, we can't finish a game?" That to me, NFL ties are dumb.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
You only play 17 games a year. Come on now.
Well, they say the reason why I did a little research on ties. They say they do it because of attrition. They don't want guys playing forever.
Well, you know what the better
play
deal
17
is?
Why
games.
we got Thursday games?
Why do we got Monday night games? Sunday night
and
games?
you know what? And if we doing all that, you know what? Since the kickers don't really do much, get them out there and let's decide with your kicker.
Oh no!
Wait,
We'll be out there all night.
Start at 30 and work your way back.
Wait, we're
like
doing a
it.
kickoff?
Oh no!
A kickoff.
Yeah.
Why not?
Start 30 and work your way back. I like it.
Yeah,
punt passing.
Have you seen
Punt
these
passing
kickers
kick
lately?
competition.
Yes, E. I understand. I know what you're saying, but the players, these guys have played for what 60 minutes, not longer than that. Why not? The kickers is not doing nothing. Let them get out there and kick off. They do a kickoff. I don't know what the stipulations will be, but I would rather that than it's a tie.
America, have y'all heard what D-Dub has said? I know we said we're a show of not hot takes. That was damn near a hot take. Jesus.
That was the hottest take we ever had.
A kickoff would decide instead of this ending in a tie. And
I'd rather
if I hear
do college football. Give him the ball to 25 and go back and forth. Then end in this stupid ass tie.
Yes. This tie stuff got to stop. I don't see a need or a reason to have a tie.
Go ahead, E. What's your thoughts on the game?
For the tie, I'm not.
D-Dub has blown my mind with what he just said. Jesus Christ.
I'm not a fan of the ties either, but man, for both of these teams,
kickoff.
I don't even know what to say about this shit, man. I mean, both quarterbacks was efficient, I guess you could say. Well, no, not really, not Taylor Heineke, excuse me. But man, I don't even know what to say about this. This goes to show you which way these two teams are going. All right. So at the beginning of the year, the Giants was on fire. This man messing up my screen with all these chats. Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, we need to find a way to disable this while I'm talking. Anyway.
Hashtag stop
the tie.
So this tells you where these two teams are right now at this juncture of the season. The Giants was red hot. They've come down to earth. They seem to be playing down to their competition. Hopefully they'll play the Cowboys or somebody great soon, so we could see some great Giants football, because they look like, again, they was playing hot potato in the fourth quarter. No, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, the play calling for the first 3 quarters, cool. Okay, I see what y'all trying to do. And that fourth quarter, I was like, and then overtime, I don't even know what I think the offensive coordinator took the night off. But man, we'll see how this breaks down, man. A tie could either hurt you or harm you. So we'll see how this goes.
Mike Mills, your thoughts. Excuse me, I owe $5 now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, what needed to be said has been said. Play calling got to be better. Todd, I do agree with the kickoff, though. I say we start at the 30 and work our way back. But other than that, I mean, the Giants know what they got to do. They got to run the ball. I mean, taking shots down the field is cool because they did get that one to Slayton early, but they just got to, I don't know. They know what they got to do. Don't deviate too far from the formula. Y'all was winning. And I mean, the tie looked better in the standings, right, for your winning percentage or something like that. So
yeah, it does, but it's still like it's kind of like it's unfinished business to me.
I mean, it is. I agree with that too. But I mean, and then you lost to and then you tied with your rivals. That's terrible. But they better get it right because they got Philly next week. So
got Philly next week, and then they got the Commanders in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just letting you know the next games for. They got Philly, Washington, Minnesota, Indianapolis, and the Eagles again. So that's for the Giants.
That's for the Giants. Yeah, well, we should see some excellent football then because they got quite a hill to climb.
Yeah, Washington's remaining games is they have. What's today? Today is they got the Giants. 49ers. Hold on.
Yeah. Looks kind of tough.
So
tough.
So what? Washington got a bye next week?
Yeah, they got a bye next week.
Yeah.
Yes, they're still doing
bye. What? Really?
Yeah.
So they off. They got the Giants. They got the Niners. They got the Browns, and they got the Cowboys. So that's so the Giants slip up. It looked like Commanders could get in there because the Commanders got except for the 49ers. Well, they got 2 hard games. Well, 3 hard games, and I think the Browns ain't asleep, so I don't know. We'll see. It should be interesting down the stretch.
They play the Browns that played offensively yesterday. Yeah, they have a chance. That
was awful with the Browns. They just sat back offense like 50 years. Let me go to the next game. The Minnesota Vikings defeated the New York Jets 27-22. I watched this game. Hey, the Jets played well, but not well enough. The Jets made some mistakes in the first half. I think that would have cost them. That ultimately cost them in the second half. A lot of some drop balls, especially the last one that would have gave them the lead. I forgot the receiver's name, but
Berrios.
Berrios, he's gotta take that in, man. He's got to grab that ball and take it.
Got to catch that ball. Got to catch it. You're in the end zone. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, important stat that I was researching this morning. The Jets had 200 more yards of offense than the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings were very fortunate to win this game. Mike White, like I said, he played well in the second half than he did in the first half. He threw the ball 57 times. I don't know if you want Mike White throwing the ball 57 times.
It's a lot, but they was down.
Mike Mills, go ahead. Oh, Mike Mills, we lost him. Eric, go ahead. What you got,
man? I agree with you. They got down early, especially things look like they unraveled there in that second quarter. But man, give the Jets credit. They don't quit. They're gonna fight you tooth and nail to the very end. And I feel like they should have won. They should have won this game. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Even though they turned the ball over this and that the third, and they ran up and down the field. But this is what happens. This is something that they're going to have to try to translate over next year. Is a good team. Yeah, you can run up and down the field, but can you get points and not field goals? You need to go down the field and score touchdowns. This is something that the Jets did not do in the first half. They struggled with it in the fourth quarter. As you can see, they tried to get in that end zone, and it just wasn't to be. So Minnesota is very fortunate. The Jets are a scrappy bunch. And no, you do not want Mike White, Jake White, Black White, whoever throwing 57 damn times in a game. You don't want that. Because all that means is that's 57 chances for your quarterback to get hurt. So.
Mike Mills, your thoughts on the Jets and the Vikings?
First off, Black White is crazy. But Black White was crazy. But
hashtag Black White. Somebody going to come out of college with that name. Watch.
Yeah, he is absolutely right, though. I don't care who your quarterback is 57 times is extreme. Win, lose, or draw. That's crazy. But the Jets defense still strong. They do what they do. Kirk Cousins is looking fraudy. Told you, big fraud. But otherwise, I mean, they went 1 for 6 in the zone. So that's really the issue. They got down the field. They got in the end zone.
Yes, Mike. I'm glad you pointed that out. They
yes.
in the red zone yesterday. Absolutely.
They down there. And then the thing I always say about teams is if you want to prove you're a good team, you're gonna win those games. So you gotta win that game. That was one that kind of solidified a little bit more your season. But I mean, the Jets are rallying quarterback. The team love him so far. So let's keep it pushing. And one of them picks wasn't his fault. The receiver dropped that shit. I hate when they do that. It should be a fumble, but that's neither here nor there.
So we're making up 2 rules here today. We're doing the kickoff, and now if your receiver drops the ball, it should not be an interception. It should be a fumble.
I always agree with that. That's because it should not be against the quarterback on that one. When the receiver, there needs to be a stat line for that's on you. There needs to be a stat line for the receiver if he fumbles or drops and stuff like that. You know how many drops you had. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Park Avenue, the NFL, Park Avenue. Hopefully you're listening. You can put Mike.
Y'all wilding out.
Mike and D-Dub on the rules competition committee. I'm out.
Yeah, that should have been changed years ago.
E, go ahead, man. What you got, man? I'm sorry. Dan, what you got?
How do I follow this up? Nah.
Make another rule change, man. Go ahead.
I've always been a proponent of, they got targets, they got drops, catches, yards after catch. They got all this other bullshit.
Yak. Yeah. Go ahead.
So if you throw the ball right to the receiver, and like my guy Deontay Johnson likes to drop the shit all the time. Well, if it hits your hands where you're supposed to catch it and the other team intercepts it, it shouldn't be on the quarterback because he did his job. Receiver. It should be on the receiver. But anyway,
a fumble, interception caused, something.
Yeah, like they can make some stat up. But like you said, Mike White, he threw 31 to 57, 369, and his QBR was still only 59.8. Garrett Wilson threw one pass, incomplete. His QBR was 39.6. So they can fix the stat for the interception if they can come up with this bullshit. But
correct.
If you look at the stats, like Minnesota really didn't do a whole lot. The problem is they got down. The Jets got down early. Mm-hmm. They were down 20-6 at halftime, and it looked like the game that I was watching, where we moved the ball down the field, and all we did was kick fucking field goals, and boom. Yeah. Now in the fourth quarter, the game's close because instead of 7 points, you only got 3. And I think he's the new quarterback. Give him some time. And I think they could figure it out. But like Garrett Wilson, he went bananas. 8 for 162.
Yep.
I mean, he needs a little help though. Everybody else really didn't do anything. Yeah. But just give him time, and I think they'll be all right. But yeah, he can't be throwing that many times. No quarterback should throw that many times.
Agreed. D-Dub, what you got on this game? And we're going to move quickly on to the next game.
Yeah, man. The Jets should have won this game. Statistically, what we're looking at, 366 yards, passing yards, compared to Minnesota's 159. Rushing yards, 120 for the Jets, 128 for Minnesota. Total yards, 486 for the Jets. Minnesota, 287. If you're looking at it on paper, it looks like the Jets should have won this game. Jets didn't win this game. You know why they didn't win this game? Field goal in the first quarter.
Field goal in the second
field
quarter.
Goal second.
2 in the third.
2 in the third. 1 in the fourth.
Mike, you said the kicker never doing anything. This guy got a workout yesterday.
Yeah. Correct. So now you asking Mike White that he's throwing all over the place. 57 times, like I said, way too much. This quarterback talk, he's your man. I don't care what you say. He had two picks. Stick with this guy. I think this is the guy. Your guy, Garrett Wilson. You got the Jets. You got a stud. This dude is a stud. He was targeted 15 times. 8 catches for 162 yards. You got something. You got something good there. Where when homeboy comes back, they're running back. yeah, the Jets is gonna be good. Minnesota, y'all, you guys are 10-2, but you guys are like one of those shaky
Forget
10-2. Yeah. At some point, the glass slipper is going to come off for these guys, and
I've been
there's
telling
shout outs
y'all.
to
Off
I've been telling
swiftly.
y'all.
you did Mike Millie. Shout out to Justin Jefferson because he's definitely a stud. He didn't, again, 7 catches for 45 yards, and he was targeted 11 times. So, Minnesota, they playing good. They winning games, but again, after a while, you can only what they say, Jimmy rig your shit to make sure that to get this car working. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's true. Let's go on to the next game. We'll go to San Francisco, or a little bit just north of San Francisco, Santa Clara, where the 49ers defeated the Miami Dolphins 33-17. First of all, I saw some things on the internet as well. Dolphin fans saying that Tua is not it. I was like, man, what are y'all talking
Already?
about? I was like,
Wait a
geez.
minute.
Yeah, Tua's 8-1. Tua has lost only one game when he started this year. So, but hey, it's not about the Dolphins. Dolphins, y'all lost. It's about the Niners. Shout out to the Niners. Hey, Garoppolo got hurt early. He was 2-4. And then my man, Purdy. Purdy comes in. He does a
Eric, you so purdy.
Purdy. Purdy comes in and does his thing and takes the Niners on. The Niners defense was serious. If you had them in fantasy yesterday, you got a bunch of points with the Niners. We'll start with Mike Mills. Mike Mills, your thoughts on the Niners and Dolphins game?
Well, Jalen Waddle messed up my bread on fan. Shout out to him. But I mean, the Niners did what the Niners do. I mean, they played defense despite what they got going on. They ran the ball despite what they got going on. So, I mean, is it a drop-off between Jimmy G and the new guy? Of course. There's going to be some sort of drop-off. But was Jimmy G really all that hard to replace anyway? In the grand scheme of things? So, keep the momentum, keep the formula. Like I said about the Giants, keep the formula. Run the ball, trick play or two, and we be all right. And they be all right. The one pick, so you want to make sure you don't throw no picks. But 37 is a lot, too. They got to cut that down. Get him at, like, 25.
See, that's that Shanahan shit.
Yeah, you want to do the Joker Bob trick plays and shit. I ain't got time for that.
I think he showed a lot of poise being in there.
Facts.
Shout out the DA. He's chimed in and said that Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. Brock Purdy. Shout out to the DA. Couldn't be with us, but he's on the comments. If you got comments, get at us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff. Excuse me. E, go ahead. What's your thoughts? Niners and Dolphins.
Yeah, I told y'all at the beginning, even though my team is in the same division, that the Niners, when healthy, is probably the most dangerous team in the league. They added Christian McCaffrey. We all know what that has done. This is going to be, and DA, you could chime in on this. This is just my opinion. This is going to be the downfall to me of the Niners is certain play calling. You have a new quarterback, and I get it. He's a system quarterback. He's poised and all this other stuff. You don't have your third string quarterback throw 37 times. That's just my opinion. You're supposed to be a running team, run the ball. McCaffrey only ran the ball 17 times. Where's everybody else at? So this is the thing. I've seen this with the Shanahan tree before. They get happy, they get a new toy, and they abuse it and over things, all this other stuff. Shout out to RG3. If you know, you know. And
you know.
It's not
Kevin Coleman.
Drop off. As far as one game, I think it's an upgrade. Brock Purdy came in and did the damn thing. He looked confident, and most of the time, this is what this is all the QBs need in the league is a little bit of confidence. So we'll see, man. And the Tua. Come on, man, stop. Tua. What's his stat line here?
18 or 33.
Tua was 83 for 295, 2 TDs and 2 picks. Listen.
And he had one that he threw a terrible interception, and he threw one just like Mike said One was in the receiver's hands, and it bounced and came in.
But here's the thing, though, Kev. Where's the running game? See, you teams out there
33.
want to be cute. You want to go out here and showcase your quarterback and all this other stuff. And when Tua is throwing up gang signs again, then everybody's going to be all mad and all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
Black, white, and gang signs.
That's 100%.
Right?
I'm just saying.
The angry one is on one today.
If all they say, right, all they tell us is that the quarterback position is the most important. Well, how about you act like it? How about you coach like it? That's all I'm gonna say.
D-Dub, can you follow up after that?
Yeah. I can follow up with the Miami fans to stop y'all bugging because you talk about Tua, and this was a big game for them to see where they at. You know what I'm saying? But they came up against a great Niner defense. The defense is excellent. Now the Niners have to overcome this quarterback situation they got, but I think Purdy he looked like he fit right in. I think he's like DA said, he's a system. He's probably a system guy. So he could just manage the game correctly. If he could do that, the Niners still are in this thing. So I don't think that it's all over for them, as long as they don't receive another injury to another quarterback, because that's definitely going to be detrimental for them. However, we go back to Tua, 18 and 33, 295, 2 interceptions. Okay, but where's your running game? To combine rushing 33 yards, that is absolutely ridiculous. You got Raheem Mostert, Jay Wilson. Where's your run game?
8 carries.
Yeah. Where's your run game? But we want to talk about Tua. Stop, man. Come on. This goes back down to the coaching. Coaching got to get the run game going. Start it off and start it off early and continue and add the passes in between. So
I just want to say one thing. Isn't Miami head coach from San Fran?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Dan, go ahead, Dan.
I mean, San Francisco, they're in a good spot, even though they're on their third quarterback, because their defense is stout. And
absolutely,
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with a stout defense. All the good dude's got to do is take care of the football, run the football, and that's the thing is everybody's up in arms. Two. They couldn't fucking run the ball. So, I mean, that's all that matters. If you know they're going to pass because they can't run, you're going to be able to. It makes it a lot easier for the defense. So, the fact that they didn't run and they abandoned the run, that tells you all you need to know.
Abandoned the run. It's not even that they couldn't run. You don't even give yourself an opportunity to see if you could run because you only did it 8 times. But go ahead, Dan.
But that's my thing. It's shout out to Purdy to be able to come in, and keep his composure. That had to be a big moment for him. He played decent, but like Mike said, that's way too many fucking throws for the third string guy. I mean,
absolutely.
I remember certain times where quarterbacks would come in and after the starter got hurt, and it was like 20 or less.
Yep. Hand off the ball.
All they did was run. They only threw the ball when they had to, and they ran the shit out of it. That's all San Francisco needs to do. And like you said, this is probably the most dangerous team in the NFC because they get healthy, they're going to be a beast to deal with.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Let's move right along to the Kansas City Chiefs and Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals beat the Chiefs 27-24. Same score as was the AFC Championship game. The stat line here, Joe Burrow, 25 of 31, 2 TDs, 286 yards. And guess what the Bengals did yesterday? They ran the ball.
They ran that ball wide.
Ryan was 21 of 106 with 106 yards, 5. He averaged 5 yards per carry. I'll start off with Dan, since the Bengals are in your division. What's your thoughts on the Bengals and Chiefs?
Well, like the Bengals, they look good, and like the Perrine guy, he tore us up. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? because they had Mixon, he really didn't get to play that much, and with him being on the concussion protocol, now
Right.
he's been getting a shot, and he's playing real good. It was a big boost for Bengals getting Jamar Chase back, 7 for 97 on 8 targets. Boyd had 4 for 60. So, and Perrine, he had 6 for 49. So he had almost 160 yards combined, But it was one of those games where it was just like the playoff game, back and forth. And to me, the big one was Kelsey's fumble. That dude held him up until he ripped the ball out of his hands. And that kind of changed the momentum of the game. But, Kansas City played well too. But, it was one of those things that I think that turnover kind of swayed the outcome.
Yeah. I agree.
But it was a good game. I enjoyed watching the second half of that one.
A little back and forth. D-Dub, what you got real quick?
Yeah, this is very evenly matched games, and the Bengals came out on top again. I think they're 3-0 against Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken.
The last 3 times they faced each other.
Yeah. So good win for them. Back and forth. I think it got really good in the second half of the game, and Kansas City held on to get the win. Stat lines look pretty good. They outran 152 to 138 over Kansas City in rushing, passing. I mean, they kind of dominated the every aspect as far as rushing, passing, rushing, total yards. So kudos to the Bengals, and at 8-4, and Chiefs come down to 9-3. So the Chiefs are a good team, but they can be had. So nobody should be scared of them, or like you can't beat them.
And Dan looks like he has a Bengals chair.
Oh, absolutely. There's actually a toilet seat on top of it.
Eric, go ahead, Eric.
Yo, I just want to point out, I agree with what everybody else said, but the biggest thing for me, this is how you play Kansas City. You cannot let them beat you deep, because that opens up everything else. You see, Correct. They was kind of dink and dunk. They didn't have the big explosive play down the field that we used to seeing out of Kansas City. And shout out to Cincinnati defense, man. They played sound, quality football, and they gave their offense a chance to win at the end, and that's what you had. Mahomes was very human-like, I guess you could say. 16, 27, 223, 1 touchdown. I mean, man. I'm gonna say this too. This was very pivotal for both divisions. Even though stunk up the place, but we'll talk about that later. They brought the Chiefs kind of back down to the playing field, and the Bengals is on the rise. And I will still say that hopefully, I think Baltimore will still come out on top. But boy, oh boy, Cincinnati's coming for that top spot, fast and furious. But it was a good game. It was very entertaining. Again, I watched most of it. This is what you want to see out of any game, out of any sport. You want to see high quality competition. That's what you got here.
Gotcha. We'll go to Mike Mills. The Bengals are in your division. What you think about this game, Bengals and the Chiefs?
This game made me realize even more why I hate that we blew all those easy wins in the beginning of the season. But shout out to the Bengals, man. I love when good teams play each other, and the team that nobody thinks is going to win. I like out of division rivalries, and this is starting to become one because they really having good games against each other. But they did what they were supposed to. Neither team really made too many errors, besides that big Kelsey fumble. But the Bengals are really, really shaping up to be what they were supposed to be. Like, they had the little Super Bowl over. Everybody does, but they've bounced back, and they on our heels, so we're gonna have to tighten up. For real.
Thing of note, Kelsey was did not get a ball. He did not catch a ball in the first half, which has not been done. I forgot the stat on that, but been a minute, so they couldn't get the ball. Time. They could not get the ball to Kelsey. So,
and that's his security blanket, man. That's his guy. That's his go-to guy. I mean, Kelsey this year, I believe, have had 3 touchdown passes in the game. So, that ball goes to him a lot. So, shout outs to Cincy for doing keeping them under wraps.
So that brings us to our last game, and folks might want to know, why did I pick the Seahawks and the Rams? I picked them because it has playoff implications. The Seahawks currently have the 7th spot in the NFC for the wild card. They're currently 7-5 now with that victory over the Rams. The Rams, as Mike Mills said, just like unlike the Bengals, they have more of a Super Bowl hangover. They literally have lost a lot of guys. They're 3-9. Their season is going nowhere. It's over. And since you said that, Mike Mills, I'm gonna begin with you. Your thoughts on the Seahawks and the Rams. By the way, before you start, Geno Smith was 28 of 39. He had 3 TDs, 1 interception.
I know what Geno said on that sideline, boy.
What did he say?
Geno told Kenneth Walker, you better you better sit your ass over there and run that ball, boy. I don't know who he's talking to, but it was funny because they had him on the sideline and they had him. You see Geno had that look.
He had that look.
Like, Geno had that look like, boy, you better sit over there and shut the, But it was funny.
Go ahead,
shout
Mike.
outs to the Seahawks. Go ahead, Mike.
I was actually about to start with Geno Smith. I was giving y'all a hard time at the beginning of the year.
Yes,
but Geno was doing his thing. Nah. I just needed proof, and he's giving me proof. I mean, yeah, the Rams are a bad team, and they having a bad season right now. But the Rams they still got Aaron Donald. They still got Bobby Wagner. They still got Jalen Ramsey. So they still got a pretty strong defense, and he did his thing. He looked poised. He looked composed. I think he threw the ball a lot of times too, but Kenneth Walker went down, so I kind of get it. But shout out to them. Shout out to Tyler Lockett. Like, DK Metcalf is cool, and people be trying to act like he the man. Tyler Lockett be like, nah, bro, this is my team still. Go on, sit down. You just gonna catch it and get out of it. Let me get these touchdowns. So shout out to the Seahawks for doing what they're supposed to do.
Him and Metcalf, they both had 128 and 127 yards respectively, and Lockett had 12 targets and Metcalf had 8. So, your team in this division. What's your thoughts on it?
Shout out to Geno Smith. I gave this dude praise early in the season, and I'm glad to see that he's still doing this thing out here, man, and proving guys like Mike Millie that he can play in this league. Man, the Rams had no business, at least on paper, to make this game this close. But this is a divisional game, and we all know how that usually plays out, man. And I just want to point out, see, here's a difference. This is the perfect example right here, right? The Seahawks tried to run the ball, and they couldn't. So that's why Geno Smith stats is 28 of 39. You know what I'm saying? This is not they just tried 8 times and then they quit. You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't run the ball against the defense, so they had to go elsewhere. And Geno Smith provided that. Man, again, this team, you got Lockett, you got Metcalf, you got Fant that came over in that trade, you got Will Dissly that people sleep on at the tight end position. This team can do some things on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes.
And people sleep. Oh, Geno Smith. Oh, it's the Seahawks. Y'all keep sleeping. This is a pretty dangerous team, especially when they are able to run the ball. So if they get into the playoffs, I still say Philly and San Fran are the cream of the crop in the NFC. But this is one of those teams that you don't want to sleep on. And please don't give them no kind of home field advantage, because we all know how hard it is to play up there in Seattle. And the Rams, man, you just look at your chops. You gave your team, your defense gave your team a chance all through the game. It just wasn't meant to be. You didn't have enough, but it is what it is. You got a bunch of guys hurt. Live on for next year, man. It was a good game.
D-Dub, your thoughts real quickly.
Good game, 27-23 win, Seahawks. Mr. Geno Smith, this is a great story for him. He said it earlier in the year. He said when people wrote him off, he didn't write back, and he definitely didn't write back, and he's having a great year. 28, 39, 367, 3 touchdowns. E talked about it. It's not because they just couldn't run the ball. They attempted 22 times, and just couldn't get no traction. Total yards, combined rushing yards, 90 yards, 430 yards, total yards altogether. Shout outs to Geno Smith. Shout outs to CBS Sports, giving this stat line: 6 straight games with 100 passer rating. I think that's the longest in team history. First fourth quarter comeback since week 17, so of 2014 for Geno Smith. So I mean, shout outs to Geno Smith doing the thing. Mike Millie talked about Tyler Lockett. A lot of people sleep on Tyler Lockett, but this boy is he's a bad man. They have a 1-2 combination with Lockett and Metcalf, and adding Noah Fant, like he said, a list of guys acts well, very well. The Los Angeles Rams, what can you say? They 3-9. They don't have nobody. I mean, They got people, but they just not. We told you, Stafford Stafford gone, so they had to go with Wolford, 14-26, 178 yards, 2 interceptions. So, Rams, see you next year. So this is over for them.
Yeah, they went all in last year. Dan, real quick, thoughts on the Seahawks and Rams?
Pretty much like everybody said, they did that with a backup quarterback, kept in the game. Their defense played really well. They got the Super Bowl hangover, but it's a lot easier when you won the Super Bowl to kind of stay in that funk, I guess, whereas the Bengals lost and they got that hunger to win. But, I was impressed that, even with the quarterback throwing 2 interceptions and no touchdowns, that they stayed in this game. And like you said, it's good to see. I think a lot of times quarterbacks are put into systems that don't fit their game or their specialties.
Always.
And it's good to see Geno went somewhere where it fit his style of play, and he's meshing well with Pete Carroll. And it shows that, it's not always the talent. It's who your offense coordinator is and the type of games you call. And I'm happy to see him playing well, because I always thought he was a decent quarterback, even when he was with the Giants. But I think that was the period of you guys switching coaches every year. But I think Seattle, they'll be all right.
Another stab by Dan.
I'm just saying look at the Jets, same thing.
Yeah.
They've been going through coaches, and you want to know why they can't get a quarterback.
Right.
Because you keep changing the shit. And, that's where, some of these teams that have long-standing coaches, are able to muddle through the season even though they don't have the talent. Because Baltimore's going to need some help. I don't know how long Lamar's out, but that could really change what the AFC North looks like and playoff implications. Because the last year he got hurt, didn't they lose like 5 straight?
I
was
go ahead,
already
Mike.
dead in the water at that point, so it didn't matter.
Well, I mean, I hope he comes back soon, because the Bengals need some competition.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up in some of the mentions that LaMar Jackson's hurt. Is this a repeat of last year with Huntley? And like Dan said, they lost 5 in a row, and they didn't make the playoffs. Talking about the Ravens, the Chargers lost to the Raiders on yesterday. Raiders look like they're peaking. They should have did this earlier.
Peaking.
Pick it out of the basement.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess so. Dang, Raiders fans, man. Hey, Raiders fan, you hear these guys, right?
Oh, it's the truth, bro.
Chill out. Rich Gannon, my favorite quarterback. They just suck now.
Rich Gannon is his favorite quarterback. Okay.
Wow.
I know we have went over a little bit. And no apologies, of course, because we love doing what we're doing and hope you like what you hear, of course. Hey, one other mention, like D-Dub said, we got to strike it while it's hot real quick. I'm going to begin and just say, hey, congratulations again. I made an Instagram reel, TikTok reel the other day on Coach Deion Sanders. He accepted the job at Colorado State. If you have been monitoring, No, I can't say it. Well, we'll talk a little bit, about 30 seconds about it, but got to mention it. It's because it's there. He accepted the job at Colorado, and there's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of hate about him taking the job. And I'll just say this real quick, and we got to go. Yo, if you get an opportunity somewhere else, there's a better opportunity. Why wouldn't you take it? Just saying. Just saying. Mike, since you rushing me,
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah, he got somewhere to go.
Yeah, but I mean, did I figure he was gonna leave at some point? Of course. I didn't think he was gonna be up for lifer. But did I think it was gonna be 3 years in? Hell no. Like that's real quick for all that shit he was talking. So I mean, congratulations to him. You know, he got results and he did his thing. But I just thought it was gonna be a little bit. But I'm not knocking him for taking the job. Everything is on everybody's own timing. So if you felt like time for him, congratulations. You know what's up. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer. 6, 7 years. Maybe knock off a real team. No offense to the SWAC, but you know what I mean. So
Sounds like an offense to the swag, but go ahead.
you're not swag. You're not swag. Yes, we'll talk about this Thursday in depth a little bit more. E, go ahead. What you got, everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this, man. I'm gonna try and keep it PG because I've been on fire lately. Yo, man. Congratulations. Congratulations to Deion, man. I wouldn't have thought it would be Colorado when I first heard Colorado. But yo, man, this is a stepping stone for him. He felt like this is good for him and his future endeavors here in coaching. And my hat goes off to him, man. What can you say about what he's done? He's brought all eyes and ears and much talk to the SWAC and all this other stuff, man. Yo, man, this dude didn't come in to be the savior. He wasn't gonna be there for 15 years and build dynasties and all this other.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, everybody gonna have different perspectives, just like much of everything else. If you don't agree with it, you a hater and all this other stuff, man. Yo, congratulate that man. Let that man move forward, and hopefully they'll keep the job in house. And so the guys that are already there are already familiar with how they're gonna move, and hopefully the next guy's gonna keep on booking and keep on winning chips and stuff, man. So I ain't. That's all I got.
Gotcha. D-Dub, what you got real quick?
Bro, all week I've been talking about this thing, man. But yo, congratulations. That's it. That's all you should be saying is congratulations. He didn't say he's gonna stay there forever. He bought all eyes. He did his job. The man did his job. And what else can? Yeah, he is. I am packed now. So I don't know what else are we talking about. You talking about the kids can move on. The kids go. They are in a portal. They could go wherever they want.
Which started today. The portal
started today.
Yes.
So guess what? Guess what that means? The kids got opportunities. So what are we talking about? We act like this is brand new. And we always looking for some type of hero to come and save the day. Yo, the man said, I'm going to move on and I'm taking opportunity somewhere else. Period.
What did he say? Either you get elevated or get terminated.
They're going to terminate. That's facts. It's been going on for years. You got to do your job. He did his job. So it's time for him to elevate. Leave that man alone. Yo, he got my support. Whatever he does a good job. He does for all kids. Doesn't matter what you are, white, black, whatever it is. He's going to help you elevate. Period. End of story. Now it's up to somebody else to take the baton and do the same thing.
I am swag.
I am pack.
Pack.
Dan, you'll have the last say on this, and then we're going to get out of here.
Nah, congratulations to him. And, here's the thing. If his passion is coaching and he wants to stay in coaching in college, I'm going to assume that his goals are to get into one of these top 5 major conferences and one of these big programs. Well, how do you do that? Well, you build your resume. He went, was it Jackson State, and proved he could win. Now he's going to Colorado, Division I school. We'll see. If he can build a program there and get them winning, okay. The next time one of these other bigger schools opens up, maybe it's his turn.
Mhm.
You know, I could see him coaching like Florida State.
Florida State.
You know,
Yeah.
even Miami, maybe.
And I think the
God
only
knows they
reason
need it.
why he didn't get that because they said he didn't have the degree or a degree.
So let's just look at what happened in the NFL 3 weeks ago or wherever it was. They fired Frank Reich and hired Jeff Saturday with no experience. And you saw the uproar of what happened.
The uproar.
So, you know, and then all they talked about was even like the three or four clowns on Monday night was, well, you know, you got to have experience. You know, they're talking because he hasn't coached before and it upset these other coaches. Bill Cowher lost his fucking mind. But okay, so now this guy, he's doing it the right way, or to them, to go and get this experience. So, you know, kudos to him. Kids don't stay at the same school. They transfer everywhere. The kid for Notre Dame already bounced before the bowl game. So don't tell me it's a loyalty thing.
It's
Amen.
an opportunity thing. That's what it is.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. You know, any one of us, if you got an opportunity in your career to advance to something better that pays more, duh. No, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep working nights. I love it.
Yeah.
Just saying. Thank you, Dan.
We'll talk more about that Thursday. But
yeah, we'll talk more about that Thursday because Mike Mills will have some more time. He won't be rushing me. No, I'm gonna mess with you. Hey man, we got to get out of here. We went way over past that time. Hey, but on behalf of myself, well, first of all, before I do that, hey, thank you for all those that was in the comments. We appreciate that. Facebook comments, Twitter chat comments. I don't see the Facebook and Twitter comments at real time, only on YouTube. So if you want to get at us in the comments, go to YouTube, set up your account. Remember to like, click, and subscribe. And shout out to all those that have been on YouTube and on Twitch, on Mike Mills Twitch. And hey, that's all I got. Hey, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. Dan the Hockey Dude, Daryl D. Warren, James the Angry One, Mike Mills, and in his absence, Dorian the DA. Hey, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good, y'all be easy, and have a great rest of the week. Y'all be good. Peace.
4th and long.